Welcome to lesson number 5. The most exciting one, I would say, if you studied well first 4 lessons, because in the first 4 lessons you learn the basics, you learn how to use the keys, the chords, your theoretical knowledge, and you should learn some songs as well, any style you like, and apply your knowledge on these songs, study them, study many different tonalities, right? But this video is about some fun, I would say, something that you don't need to know if you don't want to play jazz. But a lot of people want to play jazz, or these things I'm going to teach you, they are used often in lots of sorts of pop music as well, but just in some little parts. But in jazz they are used massively. Okay, it's about modals, modal scales, modalities, the modes of the music. Something you can find all over internet with a lot of confusion about it. In a lot of videos that I have seen, people talk too much about it, and after a long time and long watching of some video, you just know 1/3 of what the modes are, at least. Okay, I'm going to teach you right to the top. So the modes are just one scale. C major scale, right? Played with a different root. Okay? D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And now you can imagine how a big field opens in front of you with the modals. So, of course, people can teach you hours and hours on each tonality, each inversion of each scale. You get here endlessly much scales, endlessly numbers are coming here, okay? The modes are the beauty of the music. So those are the names. First one is called C major scale, but it's called Ionian, okay? The other one is called Dorian. Okay? Next one is called Phrygian. Sorry. I'm from Europe, so I have this Eastern Europe accent, maybe. The next one is called Lydian. Next one is called Mixolydian. Next one is called Aeolian. And next one is called Locrian. Okay, it's not that much about the names here. It's much more about understanding of how many different musical areas you can open with this knowledge. Because what we have here now is a total different basement of any musical piece you like, okay? Because from what you know before, okay, when we play the root, right? To sound tuned in, but with the modal playing, you know? Okay, I'm in D minor, but I play C major scale. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so that's the way to use the modes. to use them in different harmonic orders. Okay, I'm playing D minor, but I'm playing C major too as well, you know, because D minor scale is okay, and C major scale is. So when we play D minor and C major, we don't play any tone that is not both in C major and D minor scale. So that's how we can use the modes as well in soloing, and a lot of pop solos in any instruments use the modal playing. And it's very difficult when you get to the black keys, you know, with the piano. The white ones are so simple, just straight. But when you mix blacks and whites, you come to a little bit more difficult parts of the playing piano. And that's where the piano starts, because any tonality and any key is equally important, because that's what piano is about, all the keys. Okay. So with the modes here, what do we know now? For example, if you start a scale from D, then it has different formula, different spots of halves of the tone. See, from D to E there's one, from E to F there's half. Okay? Just as we learned before, the harmonic minor, as you remember, has a bit of a minor, a bit of a major. That's exactly what happens with all the mode scales. See? We start with the D, one, but then there's half. One whole, one whole, one whole, half. One whole. So this time between 6 and 7, which is the thing that we don't see in any major or minor scales we learned. But as a fact, we do see it in them, just in different order. So the scales sound like this. You can't say that it doesn't sound different than C major scale. It has a different feeling. Let's try it again. C major. Okay? D mode. It gets a different feeling there. Oh, so we now know modes. And we will learn much more fun things now. What are arpeggios, for example? We all heard about arpeggios in music. Something that, when you know how to play arpeggios well, they call you a virtuoso. So, for example, this is A minor chord. Okay? And this is A again. A, C, E, A, C, E, A, C, E. So, the fact when you play arpeggio, you play this. Okay. This is one way to play arpeggio. You just divide the chord. Or you can do other variation on it, like this. Okay, to sound classical. Or you can use different chords. Let's try some diminished. Seventh. Sixth. Diminished sixth, sorry. See? That's what arpeggio is. If you take any form, any chord, and you play it up and down, it's when you get arpeggio. Or you can do stuff like this. 1, 2, 3, 8. No? It's all arpeggio when you just choose a chord and you just cross it. You It's not about speed. You can attain as much speed as you like if you practice a lot. But it's not about speed. This is arpeggio as well. It's just what is being played. It's not the melody that goes up and down. Okay? But goes just straight up or straight down, following some chord. Okay? This is what arpeggios are. So let's learn a lot more fun things in this not as much as time we have in next 20 minutes, and there's so much to learn in music and so lot to follow on, but especially at the piano and keyboard. But let's try to figure out at least some starting points. So this is a nice song to start with. For me it was the nicest one. So the keyboard is not just about melody, okay, what's happening between the tones, it's about the rhythm as well, and it's about two hands. Okay, so you are the rhythm player as well, not just the melodizing, voicing one. So this is a very nice song I started with to learn how to divide my hands and my brain into two parts. Okay, what I just played here is one boogie woogie bass line. Very classical, very familiar if you like 50s or 60s. It's a rock and roll scene. It's a Beatles Day Tripper song. Okay, it goes like this. It's just a bass lick on the piano, and it's if someone wants to copy this song, it's E, G, G sharp, B, D, E and F sharp, played like this. E, D, B, F sharp, B, D, E. That's something to start with. Later you can check out on YouTube if you see if you're good at it. So what I do here is I just play this rhythm. Or any rhythm, okay? Now here, a lot of things happen. Lot of things happen. Let's try to figure out one by one. So I just play this rhythm, okay? Okay, this moment is very hard to begin with because it divides your brain in two parts. Here, you have this swing, but here you have to interrupt it. Fun song, but what I like to do with it is just improvise and play lots of different rhythms as much as I can find out, think about or improvise, you know? So this is the E7 chord. Okay, or this. Or this. So, what here is happening? With one hand, I'm playing the lick. Let's say it's what I focus on. But with the other hand, I just grow the rhythm. I just play the rhythm and try not to focus so much on it. But as well, when you're playing for long years, when you play so much some same material, it just gets in your hands, then you can both focus on left and right hand, and you can both improvise with both of the hands at the same time. But it's something that's really advanced. It's really years in front of the beginner, and it's something that we can set as a goal as a pianist, but not to achieve so easy. It takes will and a lot of love towards the instrument. So here is another fine thing I can teach you. This is the classical progression of the classical pop and rock and R&B songs of the modern times. You know how we used to play this in. We played E minor in lesson 4, then G major, then A major, and we played the E blues scale all over it. Okay, let's transpose it now to A minor. It was E minor, now it's A minor, C major, D major. Okay, so we're playing the A blues scale. Or we can play stuff like F sharp, which are not the parts of the A blues scale, but F sharp is a part of D major chords, so I can solve like this: A minor, C major, D major. Okay, no matter what you play, if you know where you are, if you know what you're playing theoretically, you're doing good. So the thing with these chords, A minor, C major, D major, is there is a variation on them in which you just play the bass lines. Okay, A, G, F sharp, here we play A blues scale. Mixed with the minor and upper line. Okay, this is A minor scale, so the F tone is not the part of the A pentatonic or blues scale, but it's the part of the minor scale, so we can use it as well. Especially if we are thinking of it like, now we're in the F here, so use a little F here. Okay, we see it fits. But now we can add extra fun. Okay, we can play this. It's A minor. Then we come to the G part, where we can play A minor 7 chord. Okay. But inversed. It's not anymore A, C, E, G. It's now G, A, C, E. Okay. this chord, we can play. It's very much of a fun. Okay, it's F sharp, A, C, and E. So what is this? What this is exactly? Is F sharp diminished seventh, 7, 8. Okay, F sharp diminished seventh, and as well on this chord we can play A blues scale. Because it uses only the tones that include the chords that fit in the A blues scale, like D major fits in A blues scale because of the A blues circle, which has D, so it has both major and minor D chords fitted in A blues scale. So F sharp is the note of the D major chord. So just using this note, we know it fits in A blues scale. Music is so much open. It's just that as much as new doors you open, is as much new math you bring on your carpet. Okay? Much more counting, new numbers and letters. And the last chord we play here is F major 7. Simple F major 7. So it's like this. You can't tell how many songs is, how many writers have used these lines to write their hits, from Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin, to, I don't know, such many songs. As well as such a While My Guitar Gently Weeps of the Beatles. It's just same thing. Some went further and some stopped here. So the music is about that. Will you go on and start counting more and more and more, and after a while you will have such a base of the information that you will be the master of one area of music, one part, but the other area will be waiting for you to discover it and to, you know, achieve your goals in it. It's a very nice thing with music. You can always go further, but you can always be happy with what you have achieved already. Right, and I can teach you a lot of fun stuff like this. Also, you can always contact me after you see these lessons if you need some more explanations on some basics, or if you just need some advices on your developing of your skills or your career or anything. I'm here for you. So, one more thing I'm going to teach you here, and the last thing is just a simple white keys song. Okay? And some fun stuff about soloing over it. Because it's the most fun part of playing piano, right? I just played Bob Marley's song No Woman No Cry totally wrong. What does it mean wrong? When you're playing, let's say classically, typically, let's say something that you mostly hear on the radio, 99% of the songs use this typical approach on melody, on voicing, on background. So, for example, if the melody goes like this, play here. Here we make this E sound so major, so we play C major, and it's a sus4 variation, okay? And on this C, here we can play the F to get more harmonized. Okay? But it's what the most songs do. You just find the closest chord harmony which fits the easiest, and that's it. But what you can also do, like it or not, you can do it. You can play it modal. Okay? The same melody here. You can give it names. Okay? Let's say we play G major on this melody. Okay, or just change the C to fit a little more pop. Sorry. It sounds psychedelic. Or if you want it to sound jazz, I know, I play maybe E minor 7 and then F major 7. Okay? Okay? So it's the same thing with this Bob Marley song that I have played. You can play just a simple melody. Okay? So what I do now, I voice the thirds. So here we have G, A, B, J. Here I play B, C, D, B. Okay? Or you can voice the fifths. So here we go. This sounds like metal, you see. So it's whatever you choose to do, you get some different sound, some different area of music or style or whatever. So you can find out what you fit the most, or you can play with all of them, whatever you like. It's on you. It's on you why you came to these video lessons and what you want to have from it, but I hope I gave you all you need to start, because maybe now you think what I just talked here for 2.5 hours is not enough for you, is not all you need to know, but as much new songs as you learn, or let's say as you are going to learn new songs, you're going to see more and more how big this is, how big field of knowledge this is, and how much is there to learn about what you just have seen and heard for your first time, I guess. Thank you very much for being with me through all this. I hope I helped, and see you in next lessons, in advanced lessons, when you figure this out. Thank you.